Okay, we are live. Welcome to the Public John Podcast. We got a couple minutes before we go on Wildfire Radio, but you can see our guest, Kyle Thompson, right there. Hey, Kyle, how's it going? I want to show you a couple things about the lovely palatial estate. You can see we're in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona, and that sound you hear is going to stay as part of the soundtrack tonight. It is Arizona's equivalent of a babbling brook. Of course, I went out with a girl once named Babbling Brook. Once. She kept babbling. I couldn't take it anymore, so there you go. Had to know there was really one thing. So, oh no, somebody hit something. We're live. How about that?
From my mom.
Probably your mom. They are armed. I mean, what? They are armed. They are on. They are ready to go. No sunshine on the slide yet. Let's see what happens. There it is. John Harrison's live now. We're live now. It just didn't show me the notification. So somebody's watching us already. And now two people are watching us already. So we'll share this. Share it to the public. Let's see where I share it to the page. We'll share it to every page in the live world. Oh, look, John Harrison's coming. I got so many pages. I actually got rid of a couple pages.
I've got 2 pages.
I know.
I posted back in 2014.
Did you?
Yeah.
There's a notification. It's going to say one of John Harrison's pages shared you, which is scary. So if you're schizophrenic, I guess you need more than one account, or just one Facebook. One Facebook and that's a lot.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We might have. Actually, I know somebody who would know that. But probably not like it. She's probably work. But hey, you know what? Just go on Twitter, and that'll be fun. Same. There we go. She had to work today. Someday it probably will be. So we are about ready to go live on wildfireradio.com. So there we go. Another big your coach. Oh, we got already. And okay. So
we can actually watching or just kind of recording?
Probably that.
Yeah.
Which they probably don't know why they're doing that. So let's go this way and we'll see. Oh, a friend of mine from CU, Manny Tyler is watching. Hey Manny, how you doing? He's in the same mode I'm in and you're laid off. So he's probably laid off till now. I get it right in February. I'm glad you said it. Hey Manny, your unemployment is paying for you to watch this right now, so thanks buddy. I appreciate it. Hey, David Suarez. David Suarez is the coolest host in the world for Talking Shows. He's the host of sometimes Broadway Comedy Club, the Inglefield Comedy Club, and he's a good buddy because he helped me out on how to do something.
Okay.
Trying to taught me how to edit, practice, the work ethic, all that stuff, and what it really takes to do it well. So I appreciate everything you've done. Matt, you like it too. We're about ready to go wildfireradio.com as well. Give me a second here. Connecting, and we are on live on wildfireradio.com as we speak. So if any of you are waiting for us, here we are. We want to thank you guys. I guess we should pick up our microphone.
Yeah, I was kind of
wondering. I'll just open them off. Yeah. It's probably picking us up faintly, so now. You know what it is?
So nobody had no idea what the hell we said.
No, on Facebook Live they will.
Oh,
they can hear us there. That's the camera.
Well, you sure they can hear us?
No. Oh, look, Joe Dudek is watching. Awesome.
Oh, no, that's it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, me too. That's great. And actually, Lisa Becker, I guess she's kind of assistant director.
Yeah, she is assistant
to the director. We got refreshments thanks to her. So, but guys, I'm here with a really special guest, at least to me. Hope special. I think she just said Stephanie. Did she say that? Mine? So it might be better now. We weren't holding mine
too low.
Mine is low on Facebook. You can't hear us on Facebook? Barely. I'd probably, well, maybe move this a little closer.
Yeah, it's probably going up that, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, volume on Facebook.
Okay. So basically,
maybe move it a little closer and see if that works. As close as you can while keeping us in the shot.
Somebody on Facebook Live is true.
Right
so they're just watching TV.
Or they got a blast there already.
They're just watching TV.
Can we
Waterfall? It's
turn
the
up
waterfall, maybe?
waterfall maybe?
Maybe.
Is it drowning you out? Well, go, do you know where the
can't
function
see
is? So if you go around to the side, it's number 3. It'll say like water feature or something.
I'm going to be disappointed because the babbling brook
Open up the break box.
is probably going to not babble.
Number 3. It says water features. Number 3 is there.
Oh, yeah, it's just kidding.
Yeah, it's gonna blow up.
It's going to like get real loud and the sirens are going to go off. And
So,
We're in trouble. So, my special guest, and yes, I had to take notes because he's doing so much stuff, but I mentioned some things. I made some stuff. No. Not really. Is
number 3, click and hold.
Good. Right. If you need to walk away for a second, I'll do the intro while you're not here.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, it'll be almost special. We're going to try and get rid of the background noise, guys, because I think on the Facebook Live feed it's affecting your volume. You probably can't hear us, and there it goes away. I'm saddened already because it's actually a pretty cool deal. But my guest is a pretty close to me. He's like a nephew of my godson. He's a pretty cool guy. He has done a lot of stuff in his short span of life here. And here he comes. Dun, dun, dun. And he's the only guy that could figure out how to get rid of the Battling Brook, except for that other one that was an attorney. That first Battling Brook I talked about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, have to get an attorney to get rid of that one. But other than that, we're good. So this is Kyle Thompson.
Hello.
And Kyle, and for some reason, Kyle's not in the shot. Oh, that's because the delay. I apologize. Kyle, you scared me. And there goes our assistant to the director. We can't call her assistant director, assistant to the director. But the assistant to the director did get us
Coffee.
So, very important post that she has. Are we having a little technical difficulty? I don't think so now. We just fixed it up, I think. Merry Christmas to you too tonight.
Merry Christmas.
This is Kyle Thompson. Kyle is a professor right at Bryant University. Am I correct? Here Brian. There's no T.
No T. T is gone.
T is gone. It's Bryant University here in Scottsdale. Is it here in Scottsdale?
It's technically in Tempe.
It's in Tempe, Arizona? Yeah. All right. And what do you teach?
I teach nutrition and exercise science.
Ha! Nutrition and exercise. Two things that I obviously have never taken any of your classes for.
That's okay. Or maybe you have, and I'm just not that good.
No. If people saw some of your other photos, they would know that you're all off and all that.
Oh, that's Photoshop.
Good. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. I never thought I'd see your face on Arnold's body, but Arnold's body now.
You know what? Now he doesn't look bad either. Like
no, for like 102 though.
No, he looks good for what is he, 70 or something?
Yeah, he's in the 70s.
He looks good.
Well, you got to stay buff for the maids.
That's true.
Maids don't like them old.
Is he still married?
Guys. No.
No?
I don't think so. I think Maria was like one maid too many. How many have you been with? One. That's it. He's out.
Oh, well,
so I think
one and done, I guess.
One and done. Yeah. So, Margie says it sounds better. So thank you to Joe, our technical director, as well as many other things. So thanks for fixing that. So no, we're not apparently now having technical difficulties, so that's cool.
We're technically sound.
Yes. No. One of the six.
Must be you.
Must be you. So, but we're here in beautiful Arizona, and it is cool. I don't know if you saw the quick pan earlier. We've got cacti out here. It's a sunny day. We had the brook. Yeah, we saw it earlier. Hopefully we did. Yeah, I did. So, and we may do it again at the end. We'll rewatch it. Yeah. It's more exciting when the brook is babbling.
Yeah,
it is when it's not. So maybe at the end we'll turn it back on.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we will.
Well,
but then
if
again,
you know how to do it.
Maybe does she know how to do it now?
I don't know.
Did you give her a lesson? Oh, I love it when a technical director knows their stuff. So it's always fun. So yeah, I'm here in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona, at the Thompson Palatial Estate.
A house.
It's a house. Hey, you know what? It's better than mine. I mean, if anything, I'd be lucky to be the cabana boy here. So that would be good for me. But then again, Cato Kalin was a cabana boy. I don't
That's a reference I don't understand. So it's good.
OJ's cabana boy.
Oh.
Yeah. OJ actually had somebody living in the cabana out behind the house.
Okay.
Yeah. And he ended up having to go to court and testify. So
He's
I don't want to do that.
matter.
Hey, Natalie, how you doing? Natalie's like the most awesome comedian. She was great.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. The tastelessdiva.com.
Tasteless
Tasteless
Diva.
Diva. You got to look at her. If you ever get a chance to see anything, she is hysterical. She's awesome. So thanks, Nat, for tuning in. Appreciate it. So, nutrition and exercise science, right?
Yep.
Okay. And part of why I wanted to have you on, since I was out here anyway, and we all, a bunch of us spent Christmas together and everything, is some tips or some exercises to do, because we all put on a few extra pounds over the holidays, or either that or at least feel uncomfortable, even if you don't gain weight. You feel uncomfortable or something because you've eaten too much or you've eaten the wrong things. What are some fairly simple things we can do to fix that out? If you know of any.
Well,
I know
you could starve yourself. That is one. Not recommended, but that is possible.
Is that really part of the nutrition lesson plan?
Yes, lesson 1, and that's it. That's all I got for you guys.
Fast. Lesson 2, you got to take Nutrition 102 and sign up and pay for that course to get the advanced lessons.
Okay. Well, and that's such a loaded question because everybody wants to know the exercise that's going to make you have abs or how are you going to lose weight.
Yeah, I mean, let's be realistic, folks. I'm not asking Kyle, and Kyle knows that, but we want to make sure you guys know your expectations are. We're not looking for that magic thing.
Dude, there is no
magic. One magic. That's right. There is no one magic thing.
Everybody listening right now knows how to lose weight.
Right.
It's just not that easy. It's simple, but it's not easy to do.
I was just going to say to do. It's more of a willpower and desire thing, isn't it?
You know, the funny thing is,
I'm going to sit back and relax.
I'm a co-host on a different podcast for the university.
And I want everybody to know where they can get that.
It is the BU Fitness Podcast. You can find that. I think it's just called BU Fitness Podcast on iTunes.
It is.
Good. I'm glad you know more about this than I do.
I actually listened to some of it the other day.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good, actually.
And then there's SoundCloud. It's on SoundCloud. It's on iTunes. And then well, that's it.
Is that it?
I think that's it. We have an Instagram account for the faculty that we use to kind of like just more student outreach and whatnot. But that's not just for the BU Fitness Podcast. So I'm sure we'll do a plug on. We're better to find that later?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, so
absolutely.
The reason why I brought that up is not to I don't even know how many subscribers we have, but it more or less is that we just did a podcast on ways to manage weight, unique ways to manage weight during the holidays. And one of the top ways that I like personally is, and this is probably one that maybe everybody will not like to listen to, which is called limiting your alcohol consumption.
I'm already not.
Yeah, I know. So maybe I won't go into the science of it because I don't know what type of listeners you have, and I don't really want to put them to sleep just yet.
Yeah, but there were a couple things in that though when you were talking about that I actually found interesting. I did. No, I really did.
Okay.
I really did listen to it. But if I'm right, part of this being an old police officer too is your BAC, your blood alcohol content, is affected a lot by your diet, how much you've exercised maybe within that time span, and your rate of consumption.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if you're down at 3 or 4 beers an hour, you're really crushing yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
But you're really hurting your fitness as well. And I think that's part of what a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah. So there's a lot that goes into it. So I'll talk about the weight gain, then I'll talk a little bit about.
Wait, 1 second. Though my friend Chris Hayes, who we've done some stuff together.
Okay.
Chris right now is going, okay, I'm not cutting out alcohol.
Okay.
And Chris,
you can just ignure this part.
Yeah,
anybody who doesn't like this tip, just throw it out the window. Pretend nobody ever said it.
Yeah. Easily said. And you know what will make me forget about it? A couple of drinks. So
there you go.
So I'll go in a couple minutes, get a couple of drinks, and suddenly I won't remember anything about abstaining or limiting alcohol content.
Oh. All right. So.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll keep this.
You'll try to keep it
somewhat condensed here,
yeah.
Because I get really excited talking about this stuff, and then I'll try to not dive down a rabbit hole so I don't make you guys
unrealistic.
Start drooling on yourself.
And yeah, exactly. Drooling, getting a boost.
So biochemistry, what do you guys know? Okay.
So let's talk about microbiology, biochem, and A and Q.
All right, so it is as simple, not easy, to lose weight. What I mean by this is that it is a calories in, calories out.
Right.
If you eat less calories than you need, you will lose weight. You know, how much of a caloric deficit you are is going to determine how quickly you lose weight.
Right.
Obviously, you don't want to starve yourself, like my first tip. That was ill-advised.
That was facetious.
But getting more into it, that your body.
I was going to say, I obviously didn't pay attention to that.
Well, that's okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
So we'll work on it.
One of us will. We'll draw something up, and I'll probably completely ignore it like normal.
Yeah, that's about.
That seems to be the circle.
About 75% of clients.
Well, see, I'm not alone.
I really want some help,
For
but
what?
I don't want to listen to what you're telling me.
Exactly.
But I also
don't
want it to
use
work.
The willpower. I want it to work, and I don't want to follow the instructions.
Exactly. So I understand that you sent me this thing. It's in this app that you gave me, but do I have to do anything with it, or does it
like
work just
IKEA
having it?
furniture?
Yeah.
The instructions are there, and there's extra parts, but I'm not going to use them.
No, absolutely not.
So.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway, so your body will prefer utilizing alcohol before anything.
We do have a question. Somebody's got to go back to work. And supposedly it's a dietary question, so let me see if I can find it. Diet for certain inflammatory disorders like fibromyalgia. Any suggestion that we'll catch the replay later? So
Yes.
go ahead and give that answer. And guys, if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, especially for Kyle here while we're talking about diet and exercise and stuff, go ahead and please pipe in, interact with us on Facebook Live, and let him know. And if Kyle can answer it, he will. And if he can't, then we'll let you know that we can. Or we'll make something up that'll be entertaining. So there we go. So
okay.
Well, hopefully it'll be entertaining to me. And that's pretty much all that's in you.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
It's all that's yours.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So I'll give you your question again.
I was gonna.
Oh, do you know it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish the calorie thing real quick.
Yes,
then
sir.
We'll move on
And
to
then we'll
the
go
inflammatory disease because
Absolutely.
you have
Yes.
hold on, rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole.
Anyway, your body will prefer using alcohol. So if you consume a lot of alcohol, obviously you want to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. But if you want to maintain weight, you want to be, eat as many calories as you need to sustain your weight. So whether that's 2,000 calories, 3,000 calories, whatever, it's different for every single person.
Yeah, and my question about that is a lot of times you'll hear like a doctor, you'll hear somebody tell you the standard is 2,000 calories a day.
Yeah,
but it is different for everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's more of a general statement when they
I
make
have athletes, or I've written diets for special forces, and they, some of them are utilizing 3,500 calories a day.
Right.
That's not everybody though.
Right.
Or let's look at the extreme. Let's look at Michael Phelps. Right? Everybody's heard, Michael Phelps eats McDonald's. Yeah, Michael Phelps trains 8 hours a day, or whatever it is. You sit in front of a computer and watch Netflix while you're supposed to be working. You don't need 10,000 calories to sustain that.
Right.
So eating for you specifically is what's important. And alcohol can be detrimental because your body will stop utilizing, I won't say stop utilizing. It'll prefer utilizing the calories from alcohol first before the sugar cookies that you just ate and everything else.
Okay, so that's something I didn't know. It'll try to use the alcohol first.
Yes.
When you burn out.
Yeah, absolutely. Alcohol is also going to denature protein, which basically kind of means that it's going to kind of render it useless.
Okay.
So there's a whole bunch of different types of proteins in the body, different enzymes, all this wonderful stuff. So basically think about, I don't want to use that analogy because somebody's going to run with that.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's going to disrupt bodily function.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the more you disrupt bodily function, muscle rebuilding, let's think about that for exercise, ruining fitness.
Right.
If you drink alcohol, that can influence that or impact it.
Right.
So if you took two people who are identical and one was eating a proper diet, one was pounding Glenlivet 18 year, because that's my favorite drink.
Ah, very nice.
I think we're out.
Are we out?
We are.
You like how I put we in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We.
It's not my.
Well, they sell it down the street.
Well,
so
I was going to say, if you get some, we will have to make sure
That's
that
true.
it's good.
That's true.
It's the kind of guy I sacrifice myself for the good of others.
Anyway, the person drinking a lot of alcohol is going to see less results, essentially, is what I'm saying. So
Right.
too much alcohol consumption is bad. Everything in moderation, I hate that. but it's absolutely true because people also don't know what moderation means.
Okay.
You know, six slices of pizza is no longer moderation.
That's not
You are-
moderation. 2 slices
Yeah.
might be pushing it. 1 is probably moderation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now to the
So
question.
the question about
Margie,
exercise
right?
and diet for certain inflammatory
Yeah.
disorders like fibromyalgia. This is Margie's question.
So exercise and fibromyalgia, I don't know that I can give you a recommendation. That's not necessarily my area, but I can give you nutrition recommendation. And this is just, I'm more of a nutrition expert. I mean, I do know obviously a lot about exercise, but my area of expertise is more on the nutritional side. So anything that's anti-inflammatory, I mean, you can consume an anti-inflammatory diet, and there's a million books out there that you can follow for that. But a lot of things that you try to cut down on are alcohol. Damn it.
I
Did I curse on
was
this
just
one?
going to say, yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you don't,
It doesn't fucking matter.
it don't fucking matter
Okay,
if you
good.
curse or not.
Because I've always got to restrain myself on my podcast because it's for the
Right,
university.
because you're a
I wanna be
university and
proper.
you have to be professional. Meanwhile, that ghost is long fucking gone.
Okay, no ghost.
No
Or
ghost.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
This is what you're saying.
Fuck
Okay.
that,
Anyway,
fuck
so
that.
you fucking want to eat some anti-inflammatory diet. So things like alcohol, things with a lot of sugar, we want to stay away from. So
Okay.
basically,
I was like, wait a minute. I've been doing this shit all wrong for how long?
yeah, for a while.
For a
So
while,
a lot of
yeah,
sugar,
yeah.
a lot of alcohol, we want to avoid.
Right.
High amounts of saturated fats.
Okay.
Typically about 6% or less of your total caloric intake.
Okay.
Meaning all the calories you consume, only 6% is coming from saturated fat.
Okay.
Or what you could do is just avoid saturated fat. It's typically
It's-
so it's a little bit easier than weighing out and
Than weighing it
calculating
out.
and bring out your MyFitnessPal or whatever you
Oh,
use.
geez, yeah.
Which you can, but also you might want to consume a lot of omega-6s. I'm sorry, not a lot of omega-6. Good Lord, I just told you the wrong thing.
Omega-6, nix
Don't
that.
listen to me.
Don't listen to it.
Omega-3s is what I wanted to say.
There we go. Which is the ones everybody heard about anyway. And
Yeah, your
and
fish
they're
oil is
easily,
just-
right, I was going to say, easily purchased. I mean, you get
Yeah,
it.
chia seed, flaxseed,
Right.
flaxseed oil. Like when I make a salad, maybe a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of flaxseed oil, some vinegar. I love vinegar.
Right.
Some flaxseed,
Right.
and then some chia seed.
Now,
maybe-
chia seed isn't necessarily the stuff for chia pets, right? It's not the same.
It might be.
Oh, really?
Never tried.
Oh, we gotta try that, man.
Wait, chia pet, that's a thing that grow in
Yeah,
the
the green,
grass, right?
the green hair goes
Yeah.
on the little dot heads.
How was it
and
called a
stuff.
chia pet?
I guess maybe it's chia grass that grows on it or something.
Is that a thing?
It is a thing, a
Oh,
chia
okay,
pet,
I
yeah.
don't know.
It's not a real pet, obviously, it's an inanimate object, but we're going to see if we can get our research department to check this out.
Yeah, check that out, please.
Here at the Public John Podcast, I have a research department, a technical director. I had a band a couple weeks ago for the holidays.
Oh,
They
Yeah, I had a band.
are.
Okay, we're waiting for an answer about the chia pets. What are they officially? I know what they
Okay,
are.
are the seeds used to grow chia pets the same ones found in trendy recipes? They are.
No kidding.
Hmm.
I had no idea.
Wow.
But they shouldn't be eaten. They're under proof of consumption because I guess of where they're how they're grown.
So you shouldn't eat the chia.
So don't eat the chia pet.
Okay,
No.
chia
Even
pet's
though,
bad.
even though basically it's in the same family, it's not in the edible part of the family. So
back to
thank you
omega
to the crack
3s.
research department. Or is
Omega,
that the research department on crack? I always mess that up.
the same thing.
Yeah, it is. Basically.
It is,
Well, not in
yeah.
this case, it's not.
Anyway,
I
so
hope.
omega 3,
We hope.
omega 3 and omega 6.
Yeah.
You want a certain ratio with that. You typically 5 to 1s are recommended by X organization. 2 to 1 is what I kind of like to try to hit.
Okay.
That might be more.
5 to 1, 2 to 1 ratio for what? Me being a
Explain the
complete
ratio.
novice. in this.
It's okay. No.
I'm sure other people listening and watching are the same. Same.
Well, geez,
way.
you guys don't understand ratios. All right.
Well, again.
Damn it.
Oh man, all that education. What the
So
fuck?
it's not as complicated as it may seem. So what I'm saying, if you want,
It's not making it out to be. Yeah.
if you want a 2 to 1 ratio, 2 grams of omega 6 to 1 gram of omega 3.
There we go. That's what.
That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
Or if you're going to measure in milligrams, because I don't know, because the metric
it's
system and
easier
it's
for you.
easy to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
still the same thing. It's
Or
still,
kilograms.
No matter what, it's 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what makes sense.
Yeah. So 2 to 1. 2 grams of omega 6 to 1 gram of omega 3, which
Cool.
is why a lot of fitness and nutrition experts say eat grass-fed beef.
Okay.
Because the nutrient content in grass-fed beef versus farm-raised beef is different.
Right. I knew there was a difference, but I didn't know why.
Yeah.
That's really the main reason.
So yeah, well, I mean, there's several
Other reasons, too.
but omega-6 content is higher in a farm-raised beef versus what you call it, or feedlot. I don't want people to
Corn
confuse
finished.
what's that?
Corn finished beef.
Corn finished beef. I've not heard that term.
Corn-fed beef.
Corn-fed beef. Not to confuse with cornbread.
No, not cornbread, which is a whole different thing.
Which could be
down
inflammatory.
south, and I'll tell you what, if that don't affect your inflammation system, something is wrong. But that's some good stuff.
Do you do like like show notes or anything for your podcast?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay.
Considering what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, so there's
show
notes about the
do.
show.
Oh, I have not, but it is something that I probably am going to look into.
Okay.
On not every show, because some shows are just going to be woohoo.
Sure.
Shows like this, and I do have a couple other ones, and I do save them. So, in other words, yes, it is coming, and it's something I can do.
Okay. So I can't think of the book's name, so I'm gonna have to look it up afterwards. But for Margie, right?
Margie,
yeah.
yes.
Recommending a book on anti-inflammatory type diets.
Okay.
Yes. I'll think of it, or I'll find it, and then
we
I'll
can put it right.
Yeah.
And then I can put it on absolutely
on the
put
notes
it
of the
Yes. But
the ghost notes.
The ghost notes. We'll put some on for this particular. We will. So
what?
What? Huh? Ghost notes. Hey, Angela. I worked with her at Taj Mahal. She's in sunny Florida.
Oh,
I believe.
Related to my wife. Rodriguez.
I don't think so. But you never know. Could be.
Jessica.
I do want to say thanks to Jessica too for letting us come out here to the palatial estate and keep the critters inside.
The critters are inside.
Thank her for her hospitality as well.
She
Your newlywed wife, by the way.
Yes, we are newlywed.
From when?
From when?
When did you get married?
I don't know. Sometime.
August, I think it was August.
August, yeah.
So it wasn't that long ago.
August 18th. We did the 8/18/18.
Yeah, hence the newlywed.
Easier to understand, to remember.
Yes, sir. You thought, but then you just...
Yeah, then I just forgot.
Then you just completely forgot. Okay.
You know what?
No.
Google Calendar.
Calendar, thank God.
Yeah,
Thank
little
God.
notification a month ahead of time.
Siri, when is my anniversary?
She didn't respond.
She didn't respond. Well, in my case, she knows. If you don't have one, or if she's going into the bio, she's looking at the divorces, which one?
which one?
Anniversary of marriage or divorce, which? And then it's like still plural. Got to pick that out. It's a beautiful thing. So.
Question though.
Sure.
So I know a lot of times when people like drive a lot, they wear driving gloves. Why the hell are you wearing gloves for your podcast?
I admit that everyone here probably thinks that, or everyone watching probably thinks Arizona is like 80, 90 degrees.
Oh yeah.
It's not. It's right now.
Cold.
It is fucking cold. We're outside. It really is a beautiful day. Very few clouds in the sky.
We do have winter.
But they do have winter here apparently. Not necessarily a lot of snow, but the temperatures do go down. I think it's in the 40s.
46 degrees right now.
46 degrees outside right now, and we were near the Babbling Brook.
Yeah, the Babbling
So it could
Brook.
make it a little bit
but it's
colder,
no longer
but
babbling.
It's no longer babbling.
Yeah, the Babbling.
It's not saying anything. So I'm babbling.
Sleeping.
Right.
We're
I'm
both babbling.
Well, you're not really babbling. You hit some information.
Yeah,
I was making fun of it.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I'm babbling.
That's all right.
Well, there we go. We got that going for us. Which is nice. Okay. Which is nice. You're looking at my notes going,
yeah,
what's he going to ask me next?
Yeah.
And he's looking and he's going, he's got nothing. Degrees,
right.
like the degrees we just talked about.
Yeah, we've got 46 degrees here.
We got 46 degrees right here outside on sunny skies. And it's cold. No wind.
It's cold.
But no, not much wind.
No, not at all.
No. But it is a little chilly, but it is not like East Coast winter, folks. Trust me, it's still really not bad.
I'd much rather
So,
be.
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I think I am.
Yep.
So we've got that going for us, which is still nice. It is still a really nice day out here. It still doesn't feel bad. Just my hands get easily cold. So.
Mine too, actually.
Right? A little chilly right now. All right, so we've talked to you about all this stuff, and we'll ask you a few more questions.
Sure.
And actually, we did already kind of go over professionally, but I mean,
Yeah.
you've taken classes and you've gotten degrees in this, right? Degree?
I paid people some money, and I got a piece of paper. I don't
got
really
some
know.
paper. I don't really know.
I've only killed half of my clients.
That's
Not
if
bad.
you're below 50%.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
successful in this
Hey,
industry.
no, that's in your business. That's a great
Probably
one.
better than some
Yeah.
doctors. Oh,
Oh,
Got some
so,
doctor
thank
friends.
God you said so.
yeah.
Woo.
Yes, so I got my
What did
bachelor's
you have?
degree
Okay.
from Kansas State University. That is the Wildcat, not the stupid bird. Good to know. Not the ugly bird.
Not the
that
ugly-
should die.
If the cat
That-
ever catches it. You know.
Well, in football they do. In basketball, well, whatever.
Not so.
Cares about basketball, but KU just lost, so
Oh,
that
no,
sucks.
not that. They
Oh,
did
no.
that.
I was really upset
But
about
you're
it.
into KSU,
Yeah.
Kansas State
Kansas
University.
State University.
In beautiful Manhattan, Kansas, right?
Yeah, which is
What's it known as?
the Little Apple.
The Little Apple. That's right. How big an apple do you need, really?
Exactly.
Seriously, folks.
Well, portion control.
But
So
we're back to portion control. Too much of anything
Yeah.
is bad, except us.
yeah, that's true.
You can't get too much of us.
That's also true.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we're dead on this.
We are.
I have no idea.
What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know. What's this one? How about competition diets? There you go.
Who the hell is Joe Duty?
I have no idea. How are they different than your typical I want to lose weight diets? Actually, that's not a bad question.
That is a good
And you do have some experience in that as well. And for people that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking competition doesn't necessarily mean like just bodybuilding, right? It could be like CrossFit or
Could be a lot of things.
Could be a lot of different kinds of competition.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So powerlifting to Olympic weight.
Triathletes
Well,
to whatever.
to whatever. You're going to have a different diet, especially from just a regular losing weight.
Okay.
If we want to lose weight, it's don't kill me, but it's actually much more simple
Don't
than
kill
a
me.
competition diet.
Okay.
It's not. I didn't say it was easy. It's
Right.
just simple.
Right.
Right?
As in simpler to follow. Right?
What do you mean?
When you say it's simpler.
Oh yeah, simpler. Like meaning
Right.
you have a lot of different things you can do. You have a lot of different ways you can lose weight.
Right.
As long as you're in a caloric deficit, you will lose weight. We just
Right.
prefer that you're eating healthy, not eating. Dr. Hobbs, which is one of my professors from Kansas State, that I
Okay.
took a class with, he did the Twinkie diet. You may have heard of that. Now,
Yes, I think I was one of the subjects. No, I wasn't, but I should have been.
So-
they missed a golden opportunity, I'm telling you.
So this, contrary to what a lot of people think, well, somebody ate Twinkie, there's a Twinkie diet, so I can eat Twinkie. Well, the whole point of what he was trying to demonstrate is that you can eat literally anything. As long as you're in a caloric deficit, you will lose weight. And he
Right.
ate Twinkies, Doritos, I think Slim Jims, and then he had like a protein shake and a multivitamin before touching my foot.
Only because I could.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, it was an accident.
It wasn't, but
So
yeah,
much
Dr.
for
Hobbs. So
Dr. Hobbs.
The whole point was that if you're eating a caloric deficit, you will lose weight, which is why it's more simple.
Right.
But if I'm talking like a bodybuilder, or if I'm talking an Olympic weightlifter, or a triathlon athlete, or even the special forces athletes, it is completely different because they all have very, very specific needs for performance.
Right.
Everything about nutrition is fuel. You've probably heard that before. Now, I won't go too far into this, but what I like to
Thank
say
God.
is that we're really just a big compilation of chemical compounds.
Right.
I mean, that's really what we are. We're chemistry. So
Right.
if I put water in my body reacts. If I put, anabolic steroids or cocaine or
Right.
marijuana or whatever, my body reacts to it. Right? There's
Right.
a chemical reaction of some sort. It's the same thing with nutrition. Right? Same thing whenever you eat the hamburger versus if you eat the lean chicken breast or whatever.
Right.
So really what we're trying to do in a sports nutrition, and this is what my master's degree is in, sports nutrition.
And you have a master's degree from where, my friend?
Northeastern University.
Northeastern.
Northeast.
Woo!
Not the Northwest,
Chill
it's
just
actually
thinking
the
about it.
East.
It is in the east.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking
Northern area,
right, on a map, so it would be toward the top.
I think. I'm
Yeah.
not good with directions.
Yeah.
I know nutrition.
I
don't
told
know
you
about
it
directions.
wasn't in geography. Okay.
Siri. Oh.
Siri, where is northeast? Is it north on the map?
Yeah, anyway, what were we saying? Oh, yes. So when it comes to sports performance, depending on the different parameters or the needs analysis, what we would run to figure out what does a football athlete need to do versus a CrossFit athlete or whatever, I have to provide certain nutrients to elicit the right chemical reactions to happen. So in other words, I have to fuel the body a certain way.
Right.
And if I don't do that, then I don't perform as well.
Okay.
Where someone, if I want to lose weight, you're probably, hopefully exercising a little bit.
Right.
That we definitely prefer that. And then, we're just trying to eat in a caloric deficit, getting enough protein, getting enough, hopefully micronutrients with your vitamins and minerals, and, adequate carbs, adequate fats.
Right.
And for some of us, adequate alcohol, right?
Oh, absolutely. In moderation. I like moderation at one at a time is moderation. Cheryl Reardon, thank you, Cheryl, for tuning in. Fred Rubino, he's like a really funny comic. I got to host one night with him. He's just this guy, yeah, he's a big headliner. Be fat and happy, stop trying to live to 100. Fred, I'm not going to make 100 anyway, so I think I am fat, and most of the time normally I'm miserable. But I did quit trying to live to 100, so that's good. Yeah, thank you. Albert Casper is watching. Albert's back in Jersey. What up, my friend? This is Kyle Thompson, just in case you guys didn't know. He's a guy. This guy knows a lot about fitness and nutrition, or at least more than I do, which doesn't necessarily mean a lot, but he does know quite a bit about it. Albert.
Sounds credible.
Yeah. If you guys are back in Jersey at all, especially from central to southern Jersey, Albert's got a power washing business. That before you spend a ton of money painting your house or putting siding on it, all that, take a look at it first and say, is it maybe just a little dirty? Let me get this looked at. I'll tell you what, I've seen a couple buildings Albert's done power washing wise, and it was like a whole new place. Yeah, just cleaned them up, and it looked like it got a paint job. I mean, it really does. It really does look good. So, folks, if you get a chance to look up Casper Power Washing online, and as they said, get down with the ghost. Casper and the ghost. Not my thing. So, but get down with the ghost.
Get down with the ghost.
Yeah, it's more like get down with the ghost. Yeah.
Down with the ghost. Yeah.
So, and Albert knows a little bit about drinking in moderation because he does the same thing I do. We go way past moderation, just as test subjects.
That's good. For science.
Because people for science should know what the story is. So clean your house, eat good food, and clean your body, right? There you go. Clean your house and clean your body. So eat good food and clean your body.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's actually listening.
Exactly.
There you go, Albert. Thank you, sir.
He didn't log in, just log right back out?
Yeah. No, he didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
And Dave D, my buddy, Dave D is watching. Dave is going to head. Joe has seen Dave. She knows Dave's
Technical director.
Technical director, Joe. That's right, technical director and assistant to the director as well. So dual purpose, multitasking.
She gets paid 0.
And that is right within the budget parameters of the Public John podcast.
That's good.
Perfect.
That's good.
She's right at the top and the bottom of the Public John podcast economic range. The expense account. She's not on it, thank God, because we don't have expenses. Dave is going to be headlining a show we're putting on with Jersey Comedy, which I'm a partner with friend Andy Julia, January 18th. So if anybody's watching, Dave's headlining, and I've heard some of his new stuff, and I'm going to tell you something that kicks ass. It really does.
Kicks ass.
It kicks ass. Yeah, it kicks ass. He's going to be on there with a couple of other of our friends, Al Carroll, and let me think who else. I just knew it this morning. Joshua Ryan, Danny Madden. Some really funny people. So it's going to be a great show.
Is that going to be live at all?
It will be live.
Okay.
Yes. Live at Leatherhead Comedy Club in Egg Harbor City, New Jersey.
Will there be a way to view it? Because I live here.
You live here, yeah.
Probably not.
We may try to work on that, or some of the guys may put some clips up.
Okay,
We're going to look at doing that.
Cool.
Get some clips out there to do that.
Yeah,
we do actually.
Oh.
But obviously, sometimes you don't want to. As a comic,
sure, you don't
Dave
give
knows
out
about that.
shit.
You don't want to show all your show for free because you're not going to get paid if you do that.
That's the point.
Exactly. So yeah, but Dave D, thanks, buddy. Urban comedy legend Dave D will be at Leatherheads January 18th for all you folks back in South Jersey watching us. But let's go back to part of why we're here anyway, as well. And that is what, Kyle? We're still talking about exercise and nutrition. Part of this is because, let's face it, during the holidays, we do eat too much sugar, we put on a couple of pounds, we eat some things we probably shouldn't eat, or you know, you can eat too much of things that normally would be okay.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Well,
You're just
how do we?
stating facts. Yeah,
All right,
I agree.
well, we're at the nutrition end. But are there any? I know. He said, so far, okay. The sky is blue.
Check.
Grass is green. Check. What's your question? Do they match the thing in the Crayola crayon box? Dallas Joseph is watching.
Hello, Dallas.
Hello, Dallas. What are some outside of, I mean, we all know
Outside
about
of
walking. Well,
walking.
outside
Oh,
of
yeah,
alcohol,
yeah, yeah.
we all found out that
Yeah, sorry, guys.
alcohol bad, not good. Still gonna do it. Not gonna quit. Gonna do it.
So things to help mitigate
Yeah.
the whole weight.
Yeah.
So walking after a meal. Now, I think this has
Right.
kind of become a little more popular, but the reason why is they've seen that people who will exercise immediately after a meal, within 30 minutes of a meal, put on less weight.
Okay.
Put on less weight. So that's another just habit to get into.
Right.
And it's one, you should exercise. You shouldn't just eat and then sit on the couch and
Right.
binge watch a bunch of Netflix or something of the sort, which just sounds wonderful, but you should.
Wonderful.
You should.
You shouldn't, but you know.
There's the obvious portion control that people have heard a bunch of times. But one thing I would like to incorporate from more of an exercise standpoint is resistance training.
Okay.
So actual going in and lifting some weight, moving some weight around. You don't have to be a power lifter. You don't have to squat 500 pounds. If you can,
Right.
that's awesome. But more or less, you'll pick up some weight.
That goes
do
back to
some
my
weight training.
ex-wife, the 500-pound babbling brook.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was bad. I thought you said you only dated her once at the beginning.
Well, it was one long, terrible.
It was a Vegas trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Yeah, it
because the
doesn't matter.
moderation thing was
Yeah, she's gone, so.
She's gone. The Vegas thing was gone. Moderation.
Brooke,
was
sorry,
gone.
Brooke, if you're listening.
I'm just babbling
we don't
about
like
you,
it.
Brooke. Apparently, you had a.
She probably babbling about you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She did to her attorney and the judge.
Was that the name of one of your ex-wives?
Yeah.
Who was it really? Oh, okay. Like this is great.
He's like,
Slam.
really? Wow. Oh,
Lawsuit.
No. Oh no, lawsuit. Okay, another one?
Damn it.
Damn. I just got out of chapter 13 from the last one.
So,
Here we go. Hey.
so resistance training, that's going to help
Resistance.
utilize more calories and just basically keep you active.
Right.
On top of that, one of the things that we get from resistance training is an elevated caloric usage afterwards. So basically, you use more calories for an X period of time after the workout.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
depending on how intense that is, now we're talking really intense, that could be up to 72 hours, which that's not going to be going in and doing your leisurely, let's do 3 sets of 10 on
Right.
bench press, and, I don't know, if you're a Planet Fitness, you might be eating pizza, whatever
Right.
you gotta do that.
That was the coolest thing for me. I joined a Planet Fitness.
Did you really?
And I walked in and like the second day afterwards, they had pizza. And I was like, this is like the dream from heaven, man. The only thing missing was the keg right next to it. I was like, yes.
They're an interesting company for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's a judgmental,
It's a
non-judgmental.
non-judgmental kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
A couple people were watching this. Megan Brennan, well, hey Meg, how's it going? You know Meg.
Oh, yeah.
Megan.
Megan.
Megan's watching. Yeah.
Can you go?
Yeah, come on.
hold on, we have our
Jesus.
technical director coming in.
Technical director is actually going to go on camera and radio. And a friend of
Don't follow
mine, my
Paul.
partner in Jersey Comedy, Andy Julia, is watching. Megan says hi.
Hi, Megan.
There, that's
That was
for you.
probably too loud. Sorry, guys.
Go ahead. And go ahead. Say hi to Megan. With crying out loud. Joining us now, are you on the she on camera?
What are you doing? Don't fall
We'll see in a
back.
second. I don't think she's going to be on camera. Oh, now she will be.
Yeah, she's on camera now.
Ew, she put on smelly stuff too.
There's like a 10, 15 second delay?
Probably 20 to 30. Andy Julia's watching, my buddy from Jersey Comedy, and Andy, hang in there. He's trying to quit smoking,
Oh, good deal.
and he's doing a pretty good job from what I understand so far. So hang in
Although
there, pal.
watching
Keep
this
doing it.
may not help.
Why not? We're talking
Well,
about
stressing
diet,
them out.
not food.
Yeah, we're stressing them out.
Well, nah, I don't think you stress Andy out. Andy won't let this stress him out. There's a lot of other things Andy's got going on that'll stress him out more than this. Plus, Andy will be like me in one regard. This is really good, and we know it's truthful, and we know it's factual, but we're not going to do it. Well, I'm not saying I'm not going to, but I haven't done it yet.
that's-
But no. But, well, like you said, that's really most people.
It is, and it's because there's a lot of different models and stuff that talk about that. Basically, it's do you believe that the effort is worth the benefit? And
Right.
the answer is no. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be. I like to use my college roommate as an example. We used to call him Pizza King. Pizza King, if you are listening, I will not say your actual name, but Pizza King. He would have, I think he had like a large pizza every night. I remember
Really?
one time it was like, Pizza King.
But did he work it out? Is that what you were saying?
I'm not done,
Oh,
man.
I'm
Let me
sorry.
finish
I'm trying to
the
cut.
story.
It's my fault.
I tried to talk to him because this is whenever I was getting my undergraduate degree. And I was like, hey man, like, let's talk about your health. And he was like, Kyle, I'm fat. I'm happy to be fat. I'm going to die fat. No big deal. I was like, okay, cool.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, yeah. And
So,
and 6 months later,
fast
he
forward.
did. Oh no.
No, yeah, and end of story.
Fast forward, end of
Stop
story.
eating pizza.
Stop.
No, he actually turned it around, and he's very fit now. I don't know if he did. I think he didn't do CrossFit, but he just did. CrossFit is a brand name for high intensity interval, like Journal of Physical Preparedness.
Right.
That cleared it up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
it's a type of training. It's a label. It's like Apple versus
IBM or something.
yeah. Or what's that?
Microsoft.
What's that really crappy thing? Android.
Oh,
ooh!
Somebody stirred upon. Oh, by the way, folks, just in case you missed it, this is Jo Thompson. She is.
I'm related to him.
She's related to him, and a lot of things to me, I guess. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Stop it.
I gotta go.
No. Technical. But today she's been our technical director,
Advisor.
as well as assistant producer. She produced coffee.
That's true. That's true.
Coffee girl. Yeah.
Coffee girl, all these things, and person that makes me break things. But she's also got a lot of knowledge in what Kyle's talking about as well, because you've done
Actually,
some
yes.
competition bodybuilding things,
And I have had different diet coaches, and Kyle can tell you, I probably should have been in a hospital with one of them. I had an irregular heartbeat. It was
Really?
Zero carbs,
Oh,
2
there
hours of
was
cardio
something
plus resistance training,
Heartbeat.
It was
and water.
it was I was bad. And so when
Guys.
when I asked Kyle to do my diet, and he
Who's the doctor?
started to do
No.
my
Oh, he's a
He's a
trainer.
moron that
Is he certified as a trainer?
I know.
he's certified.
He's
I know. I
certified
left the
himself.
joke out. He's
It
certified
was
himself.
really, really, really bad. So when Kyle decided to do my diet, I looked at the diet. I thought, oh, there's no way. But within 2 weeks, I had no arthritis pain. I have arthritis really bad. No arthritis pain. And when I went to
hashtag master's degree.
and so my show actually was the first time I was actually jacked.
That was your bodybuilding show, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I was my
show.
first show with Kyle's
Right.
under Kyle's instruction. I was look great. I look really good. So,
That's probably your phone, right?
maybe. I'll turn it down.
Technical director brought noise. No. Megan, the gloves are because it's only in the 40s. It is cold here.
46 degrees.
46 degrees here in Mountain Time Zone. And Jeff Scott, a comic from Delaware. Hey Jeff, thanks for watching and tuning in. But yeah, Meg, it's a little bit chilly. So, and I'm the wimpiest of the three, as we all know. So yes, I needed gloves. Meanwhile, these two tough ruffians here that could kick my ass just by one smack of the hand, they don't need gloves, but I do. So you've done, and how long have you done bodybuilding?
Several years. I did it because of Kyle.
Probably
Okay, there you go.
8 years.
8 years?
No,
it's been
7 years.
No.
No, 7. I've only done like 6 competitions. That's it.
Here's what a good interviewer does. 7, 8 years.
The last
it
2
doesn't.
were with under Kyle's guidance and Cheyenne's guidance, and
Yep.
they
You're
were
right.
the best. I was not hungry.
Dave D, and he probably didn't know about the OJ thing earlier. We had an OJ mentioned earlier. And he's right, I got the gloves on like OJ. Except mine do fit. They need to equip. And you know what? I'm wearing them because it's cold as shit. So you're right, Dave. It's cold. And Megan's right. We know, John. Like we know you are the whippiest guy. It is what it is. You know, I'm a professional whiner. I'm good at it. Some things you have to practice and be good at, and I'm there. And someone's
Another
going to
thing
go
you're
ahead
not
and
good
vouch
at
for
is
that.
direction.
I'm not directing. No,
Oh my God.
I'm not good at taking directions, following directions, walking in the right direction,
Using the GPS.
using a GPS. I'm not good with address directions. Ask your neighbor. Your neighbor
Not
over here
this
knows
neighbor.
me more than you guys.
No.
Oh, not here. That was it. See,
See,
Messed that up
that
too.
was a
That was in
Buckeye.
Buckeye.
Mm-hmm.
Buckeye, Arizona. Oh no, that would have been the car that was out here that I almost went to the wrong car here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you almost did too once. That was a parking lot though. You had a better excuse than me. But so I'm sitting here with two of the closest people that I have that exist, and that's Kyle Thompson and Jo Dudek, and they are both they both do have quite a bit of knowledge. I had to do it. It wasn't. It's kind of like me though. It's like, it's not perfect, so it's not quite right. I gotta fix it, and then I screw it up. Fuck it up, basically. Since you're the technical director there, Joe, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Look at that box and tell me what's the running time so far on this recording while I continue to knock this thing over.
47 minutes.
Okay, so we got about 13 minutes left to our little hour-long show here. 13 minutes and something along those lines. Man, Dave, I think I need the ones that don't fit or something either. Still, that's okay.
I don't think they're like really to keep you warm. I don't think they look like they're just...
No, they're lined inside.
Sure,
They got a
looks
little,
like you're just trying to be
Yeah,
stylish.
leather.
No. These were Christmas presents, so I'm not
got
going to be.
them for him.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't disparage these, okay?
They're beautiful.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, I never do that. There we go. Apparently they're pig leather. Wow, great. Let me see if there's any other notes on this page because I'm laughing too hard.
Okay.
Okay, we did how to burn off extra. Best way is
I feel
learn to
like-
walk, right?
There's
Is that the
no
best?
best
There's
way.
no best way.
There is no best way. So you want to burn off
Individual-
extra calories?
Well, we all put on a few extra during the holidays.
So in
Except
short,
you,
the
I
best
hate
way
you. Oh, I probably did
to
too.
utilize more calories, to actually
Right.
use more calories, is to exercise. That could be walking. That could be running. I mean,
Running.
to whatever your fitness level is. So if you do nothing, if you've been watching, Grey's Anatomy all 75 seasons, and I do that. Yeah, that's a good show.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's way
Isn't
too
that
fucking predictable.
Like evening,
It's
it
the
is.
same
I was going to
shit.
say evening soap
Yeah,
opera
that
stuff.
that
right?
hospital's blown up like 45 times, and there's been like 75 plane crashes, and everybody's fucking dead except for Meredith Grey.
Thank
but I
God
like it.
she exists. Thank
Yeah.
God.
But I like it.
Superwoman is alive and well.
Oh yeah, exercise.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
Exercise
What was
to
the
your
version?
capability. So if you're not an elite athlete, don't try to train like Michael Phelps. You're not going to do very well, right?
Yeah.
If you can't squat 500 pounds, don't put 500 pounds on the bar and go, "Oh, I'm going to do it." No, you're going to die. You're going to break
Yeah.
your back.
Yeah.
So whatever your exercise capability is, just do it. If you're sedentary, meaning you don't exercise much, then
Right.
get up and do something. That might be the walk.
Yeah.
That might be if you feel comfortable jogging, do a jog, or get on an exercise bike or
I was
whatever
just
you
going to
have.
ask you about that.
But you don't even need a gym to do this. I mean, the gyms in working out and exercise, it's something we made up. Like we created this. It's actually just physical activity.
Well, you probably remember, Joe, when years ago when we were in the police officers, a lot of the people that we worked out with to stay in shape, and it really did work for us, was there were no gyms. We went to like a garage.
Alan
Well, there were
Sasdale's
gyms.
gym.
Right, Alan Sasdale's gym was a barn. It was a garage with a weight set and some kind of a stationary
like
That's what I'm
weight.
building here.
Yeah.
I'm building my own home gym.
Right, and you can do that, folks, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it.
No.
Because you don't. It's not about money. It's about how you can get your exercise and how
I,
you get
exercise
I can't work out at home. There's too much to do. So
Right.
that's,
Well, some
when I get to
people
the
can.
gym,
Right.
I know I got my hour and a half, and I'm gone.
Yeah.
Right.
I
It-
can't.
It's whatever
Right.
works for.
For you, it's an individual. Right.
That goes for exercise and nutrition.
Awesome.
There's
And
no specific best way to exercise or best way to eat. There's wrong ways. There's definitely wrong
We're
ways.
asking you questions and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you got to talk into the mic. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Anyway,
Well,
we were
Our
talking.
technical director doesn't know how to use the
anything
technical
about
equipment,
technical
apparently.
shit. Son of a bitch.
But
But-
I like
Uh-oh.
going through having a diet made by Kyle because it takes out the guesswork for me. It tells me what to eat, when to eat it, the measurements. I'm like, oh, cool. Instead of me trying to figure it out myself. I don't like that.
Jeannie, I like what you're saying now. Jeannie Coffee says, and you can wear what you want if you're home.
No, I wear what I want when I'm at the gym.
Yeah, well, I'm
Is
just
that
afraid
okay?
it's going to fall. No, I can
Well, it's
see
not
it.
gonna
I
fall
have it
that
on an
way.
angle and then it keeps
Well, look
falling
at the
down.
size the thing is on.
I
It's
know.
fine. It's
Well,
right
I
there.
know.
It'll be
Normally
fine.
it's-
Quit fucking poking it.
Okay. Poking the bear. God damn it. Oh man, it was off the rails. Dave asked if we got rum. I know he meant rum, not run. You got rum in that ice.
Yes.
That's going to be a yes. Actually, it's more like Bailey's today, isn't it? So far in the morning.
There's no Bailey's.
You are
Not
apparently you
today,
need to stay.
not this morning.
Okay.
But it's
Okay,
past
so
her.
she needs to stay behind the camera.
There's
There's
not.
Bailey's. There's
Ooh,
Irish.
that's
It's
not-
not-
Turn off the waterfall again.
No, it's not Bailey's.
Shut up.
It's not Bailey's, but there is Irish
Keep her busy
cream.
for a
It
while.
just isn't the brand name Irish cream.
Yes.
The dogs are all looking out here like,
The dogs are all
"What
looking out at us going, "Will you guys get the hell off? This is,
Stupid-ass
you're in our
humans."
area."
Okay, we got 7 minutes, guys. Let's.
So we got 7 whole minutes. Well, I mean, it's not, it doesn't
Oh,
shut
no.
off at an hour, but it's
51.
just,
Oh, I guess according to that 9, but according to this,
we're
it's
not,
7.
it's not locked in.
We can do whatever we want. We
Yeah,
can
we can do
podcast
whatever we
until
want.
your flight tomorrow.
That's right.
What's that?
We can just
We
do this
could
podcast
just
until
keep
your flight.
going 24/7 if we wanted
Oh,
to.
let's
Until we
do
die.
that,
Oh yeah, let's not. Okay.
It's not
First
food
off,
delivered.
everything we could have food delivered.
There we go.
But here's the
In
food.
moderation,
Food. Sure, moderation. Yeah. Isn't that the name of the new restaurant in town? Moderation. No, they give you smaller portions and everything. I don't want to go there. Forget it. Plus, it's cold out here, so I'm eating inside. You guys
Yeah?
go ahead and keep the show going 24
We
hours.
could build a fire.
We could build a fire. As long as your mom doesn't go
I wonder how
for a
much
couple of
useful-
hours and try to turn on the babbling
How
brook
much is
again.
what
The
information?
information I gave out today. I
You
don't think
actually
we
did
use
give
that.
out some. You did try. I didn't let you a lot of time.
I don't even know. I don't know.
Uh,
If you would like some useful information,
Jeannie, you're right, and you and I talked about this morning, a little bit this morning. Some people think they have to be cutesy, like when they go to the gym.
No.
We did talk about that this morning. a
Well,
little
ask
bit.
Well, that's me.
anybody. I dry my hair with the windows down. I look homeless every time I walk in the
Leave me
yeah.
hanging.
Every time I walk in, I don't care.
Oh,
You know.
so I didn't know what you were doing.
because we're still at a visual.
Oh,
we're trying to
gotcha.
pound here, but apparently Kyle's too cold.
I guess, yeah.
Sure, let's go with that.
I was trying to I was listening to the other guests.
Yeah,
on
see,
the
I
show.
don't do that.
Okay, this
Yeah.
isn't like your podcast for Brian. This is really not as informative.
This is
No,
definitely
it's
informative.
not as informative, and as they care, and you're supposed to. I don't, and I don't.
Yeah.
It's not, it just
Yeah, that's basically it. But hey, whatever. So yeah, I mean, definitely with the cutesiness, we have. I mean, I live in Scottsdale, so
Oh.
you go to the local gym just down the street, and there's girls in sports bras and makeup and hair. It's like, good God, just go do something.
And what is the name of that gym? Let me write that down. Doesn't like it's gonna do me
Gentleman's
good for
Club.
crying out. They're gonna look at me and go, "Oh look, the before picture just walked in." Great. I gotta keep that. That was good.
That was a good one.
It's
It is.
self-deprecating.
Yeah, you can.
Hey,
write
Johnny
something.
Perino from New York. Hey, Johnny. That's a cool guy. He's a good guy. Johnny's
Is he?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
You know?
No,
No,
we'll take
no,
your word
it's
for
not-
it.
Well, you're nodding your head. You're like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm
She's
just
like,
trying to be
she's
nice.
like nodding
I'm
her
trying to
head,
be nice.
believing me, and then later going, what the hell were you talking about? Who's John? What the fuck are you talking about?
Too many fucking Johns.
That's true.
Well,
The other
John
day, someone
wants you to
could,
John
some-
public-
the other day,
John,
John and there were like
public
three of us
John.
going, what?
Yeah, it's a
And we were.
At the Holly store, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what we were,
yeah.
Hey, John, what?
John. John.
Hey, John, what are you doing?
Hey, John, thank you
Smack
for
off.
watching, John.
Okay, let's.
All right.
Thanks for
so,
hosting,
listen
John.
to you. Wait, my producer's telling me I got to do something. Did you hear? Okay, let's.
Let's do some informative stuff.
We don't want to do informative. We did informative. Didn't we try to do informative?
I tried that a couple times.
Yeah.
You can always sum that up if you want. Don't eat too much and exercise.
I mean, yeah. So here, let me actually give a couple.
Yeah, go
quick,
ahead. Give us a
easy
couple
tips,
quick, easy
easy
tips. Sure.
So if you want to lose weight,
Mhm.
eat less calories. Simple as
Cool.
that. If you want to know what to eat, shop the perimeter of the grocery store. Stop eating shit in a box, a can, a bag, or anything like that, a pouch, whatever. Eat stuff on the perimeter of the grocery store.
Shit comes in a lot of containers.
Cook your food.
Ah.
Exercise, right? The ACSM recommendation: 150 minutes of moderate exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise a week. Just get out and do something every day. You work a lot, I understand that. Walk after work. Whatever it is, like even if it's getting a treadmill for your house, that's a little more expensive option, but you can do something. Exercising does not need to be this long, drawn-out process of doing your hair and getting the right cute thing from Lululemon, which I do love Lululemon. But you just
Fine.
need to be active, and if it's easier said than done. But sometimes whenever you don't want to do it, just shut up and do it. actually, I'm gonna kind of plug somebody I'm not even associated with.
Go for it.
David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. It's a new book he just wrote. It's a former Navy SEAL. Anyway, but he's a very inspirational individual. You got to read his book. It's wonderful. But he says, do something that sucks daily. And I try to adopt that. Do something that sucks daily. Okay. I know you're like, shit.
No. You're
one
like,
less scotch? That sucks.
I was just going to say, do something. Abstain from scotch once daily. There's one less I get to have. Thanks.
But in other words, just be active. It's easier said than done. There's a lot of ways to be active. Whether it's joining a CrossFit gym, yoga, Pilates, less meals, blah, 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 blah. Just do something. You know, if you do nothing, then you should expect to have nothing.
To get nothing, no benefit.
Easier said than done. I know. I've been in those situations where I'm just like, I don't want to be active. I don't want to do this. And then there's other times where I'm extremely motivated. Like right now, I'm not very motivated because we've been eating like crap. It's holidays, and so on and so forth.
So what we really need to do is at some point, I mean, there are going to be days and times like this in everybody's life. You're going to have birthdays, you're going to have anniversaries, you're going to have holidays like Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever we have, Easter, all these things, Thanksgiving, forgot Thanksgiving, can't forget Thanksgiving. We're going to we have to realize, I guess, that we have all these days within our yearly calendar, every individual does, that these things are going to happen. So the things we talked about, or I should say you told us about anyway, exercising, watching your diet, is for all these times in between so that you don't feel so bad about doing it.
And you can
maintenance.
Yeah, absolutely. Eat the piece of cake or the pie or whatever, whatever you're doing for your holiday or celebration. Don't starve yourself. Don't be like on the bodybuilding competitor diet, which is I did that for several years, and sometimes it's just painful. You just hate it.
Right?
So if you're miserable doing it, then it's
can I tell you something?
You.
Jo here is so pleasant when she's getting ready for a competition.
You know what?
I was once.
No.
No, I don't.
I
that's
was
true. You won't let
miserable
me
when
near
I
you.
did everybody else's diet. You can ask Cheyenne. She was with me the last two shows.
Cheyenne is.
And I was not
your sister
miserable.
and her dog.
I was not. It is crazy. I was not miserable. And Kyle actually started increasing food, and fat just came off. And it's just freaking amazing. I felt great. Yeah, that's the thing. That's
when she's working toward a competition, you know.
No. Well, when I came out here, I was with Alex. Alex was doing my diet then, and I was miserable.
Yeah.
I was miserable, and Vandy said she'd never come out and see me again. I was just miserable.
These are friends of ours who know her, and it was like, no, we're done. We're out. Oh, you're getting ready for? I'm out. No.
No, but with Kyle's, I mean, I actually had a really, like scientific diet. My heart wasn't doing weird things. I mean, it was great.
Try to keep
it. It was great. She was like, it was good.
You don't have to start to be a bodybuilder. A lot of people do. It's just, you just have to do it right. You have to be patient.
I didn't have to do 2.5 hours of cardio a day.
Delicious.
Yeah, so it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
you guys did 2 other guys' diets too at our gym, and they looked great. Yeah.
One more thing. Be consistent. Don't exercise twice and expect you to have abs. Getting abs does not happen overnight. It's made in the kitchen, all that crap. It's also made in the gym. But don't expect things to change. It took you however many years to get as fat as you are, so it's going to take you X amount of years to not be that fat.
I have an ab.
Dude?
One big ab. Yeah. Huh. And you're right, it took a lot of years to get it. So but I can't imagine me being alive long enough to get rid of it completely. But no, I understand what you're talking. And it is weird because certain things, obviously we all hear about endorphins and things like that. Are you done?
No, I'm going to go inside.
Okay, well then.
And time's up.
Well, it's up, but it's
time
not
is
up. Time is up when we say it is.
Okay.
We control it. Technical director just quit on this story of our lives. Well, if she was a good technical director, she could have made it warmer out here. Yeah, but she did earn her salary. Yeah, that's true. So. Well, thanks for coming on, Jo.
Yes, you're very welcome.
That's awesome. Now get out. I mean, no, go in. Actually, we're already out.
Yeah, we're out.
Get in. But Jo's right, we are about done. We want to tell you about a couple things, and I want to tell you, first off, how to contact Kyle. And I think there are going to be some show notes, folks, and we're starting it. So maybe Kyle's will be the first one. We're actually going to put some things in there, some tips on the podcast page for Facebook, which will be facebook.com/thepublicjohn. You can always go back and look at our videos there. I'm also going to put this on YouTube. The Public John Podcast has its own channel, so we'll put this on YouTube as well. And if Kyle has some other tips or something and we decide we want to record that, maybe we'll put that on there as well. So you can find the Public John Podcast on wildfireradio.com if you're listening live, or if you're not, it's going to be on there. You go to wildfireradio.com and you can either type the Public John in the search field, or it's wildfireradio.com /the-public-john. Either way, YouTube channel is the Public John Podcast. Also, we're going to be on. It's on iTunes. It'll be on iTunes. You saw it earlier. You can subscribe to the Public John Podcast. Also on Google Play as well. So there's all that. I'll reiterate a couple of quick things. Jersey Comedy, there's a show January 18th at Leatherhead Comedy Club for all of those in South Jersey. Dave D, Urban Comedy Legends, headlining with some other great comics, and I'm going to host as well. Also, January 5th, Ventnor Coffee. I'm going to be hosting the world famous Ventnor Coffee open mic. Please come on out if you have a talent, or if you want to do something, or even if you just want to watch some very talented people. Come on out. That'll start at sign-ups at 7. Show starts at 8. Come out, have a cup of coffee with us, have some Joe, have some whatever. There's no cover, there's free street parking. Same with Leatherhead. You can get your tickets. We're going to put them on eventbrite.com. I think this time $10 at the door, or on Eventbrite. Again, free parking. So come on out, have a good time there. And that, believe it or not, with shows and things, free parking is actually a very big deal, because when you get down to Jersey, the parking can cost you some serious money sometimes, or you got to park really far from the venue. These places that we try to find don't. It's fairly close. So, exactly. Uber, taxi, or a lot of walking and stuff like that. So free parking is a big deal, folks. I'm not even picking that thing up anymore. It can stay there.
That's great.
It's just an iPad for all of you listening on radio or just listening. The iPad keeps falling down for the feed, and of course I bring it up and it falls down like 2 minutes later. So I've got those things going. You can find me on Jersey Comedy, which is with a Z.com, Facebook.com/Jersey Comedy. I think that's about it for all that right now. And of course, the Public John Podcast that we gave you all the addresses for. But what's more important right now is I get you, Kyle needs to give you his contact information for everything we talked about today, and then some as well. So Kyle, feel free to give it out. Folks, if you got a pen and pencil, we'll go ahead and write this stuff down. Or I am going to put it on the podcast page, the Facebook podcast page later on today.
Perfect.
Go ahead.
So let's see. I'll plug my podcast now.
Please do.
It is actually it's for the university I teach for. It's called Bryan University. The podcast name is the BU Fitness Podcast. You can find it on iTunes, SoundCloud. That's it. iTunes and SoundCloud.
iTunes and SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's on the Google Play yet.
Okay.
We decided not to do that.
Not to do that?
We might do that. Anyway, iTunes and SoundCloud, the BU Fitness Podcast, and we actually talk a little more in depth on science. It's a little more formal on this type of information. It's anywhere we talk about should you get a degree, should you do this,
right.
Losing weight, holiday weight management. So I think that's the last one we just published probably about a week and a half ago. So there's quite a bit of information on there. If you want to contact me as far as you got nutrition questions or whatever, you can find me on it's a Facebook page, the American Iron, which is our Facebook page, or you can email me at kyle.americaniron, that's American IRON @gmail.com, kyle.americaniron@gmail.com. I think that's it.
That's about it. All right. If you are interested in sponsoring the Public John, you can either be a private individual or a business. Obviously, you can catch me either on Facebook.com/thepublicjohn or email, which is thepublicjohn@outlook.com. Let me know if you want Outlook. Hey, hey, don't laugh.
1997.
Most of us are going to say it works for us. So, and hey, we have some guest stars. I don't know if we're going to get them into the shot or not, but if you want to take the thing off of there and get them in the shot, you can. We have some guest shots, and There we go. Let's see. You want to go behind us? I don't know if you can get them or not. I think they got them.
Yeah, you got to see Lisa.
Oh, there's doggone bathroom.
Oh, there
Let's
you go.
not watch that.
Thanks a lot, Greg. We do everything in public here on the Public John podcast. So, but hey, folks,
Pascal was crying for the bathroom.
how'd you go, huh?
Dogs gotta go.
Thanks,
You
Jess.
gotta go.
Thanks, Jessica,
You
for letting
gotta
us
go.
do this here at your house. This is awesome. We appreciate it. Kyle and Jess, thanks a lot for
You're welcome.
and thanks for being a guest here on the Public John. Jo Thompson, our technical director and a production assistant here today, getting the important things. Chris, I can't say your name. Do you know who Chris is?
Chris. Nope.
Nope. Chris, I'm sorry. I think I know who you are, but I'm terrible with pronouncing
You
names.
can't read.
Ian Atuno, I think. Hi, Chris. If I said your name wrong, get a hold of me and I'll figure out how to say it right the next time. If you want to, I think I said it already, but sponsor the Public John podcast. It's thepublicjohn@outlook.com or facebook.com/thepublicjohn. We'll take personal and business sponsors.
Nothing under 1,000.
Great. Everybody just went, hey, I might. No, screw it. And I will let you know what the costs are going to be, but they're reasonable. So, actually, I think they're downright cheap, to be honest with you. Yeah, just downright cheap.
Well, that's good.
But so we've had a lot of fun today, but hopefully you got a little bit of information as well. Thanks, folks. For the lovely Jo Thompson, technical director, production assistant. Okay, I know.
I'm on TV, Megan.
You're not really on.
Shut up. That's close enough.
Not close enough. You know what? You're on to what would be considered today's TV.
Yeah.
Social media is really the whole deal. Half the stuff we watch on TV is social media.
Yeah, bro, that one.
You got a political statement in there.
Yeah, that one
trying
out
to
of the
avoid
closet.
that one, right. Thanks a lot. For Jo Thompson, Kyle Thompson, for all you folks watching, this has been the Public John Podcast. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Technical Director, would you please shut off our camera?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Turn off the damn
Turn
camera.
off the freaking camera so now we can say the shit we wanted to say, man.
Just here?
We're still on, man.
This
Yeah,
button?
we are, man.
I don't know how to turn it off. Here, I'll cover it like this so we can't see.
Finish, Mom.
No.